Welcome back to Let's Play Go Nippon. Screw it, I'll just record now instead of waiting for the whole budgie there to like stop chirping a lot. Whatever. I'm actually sitting on the floor recording this. Got a laptop right there, just sitting, legs crossed on the floor. And why? Because the freaking light is freaking blinding. That's a first, I guess, you know, sitting on the floor doing a recording for a part here. Also, I finally got around to seeing the latest episode of Little Busters. The thing is, I thought it was like the next episode was episode 9, but the next episode was episode 8. Well, the next episode coming up now is pretty much episode 9, but I thought episode 9 was like last week's episode, so I was like, what? Well, anyway, thoughts on it? Well, the whole roommate thing, I like how they, like, had Masato just tag along to just be, you know, himself in his random ways. That was amusing, him just, like, trying to be all stealth and all that, just, like, crawling on the floor with all those freaking boxes. It was kind of amusing. Also, Kudo is Kudo, and by Kudo, that means that she's freaking adorable and just like, wahoo! As adorable as I remember. What else was there of noteworthy? Yeah, that brown-haired girl with the blue eyes. I think I know who she is now. I think I do recall. When I looked at her and saw her in the intro all those times, it was like, who the hell is that? I don't recognize her. But I think it's either... I'm pretty sure it's probably a character that's in her route, and so I'm not sure if it's even in her route per se, but she's in the visual novel, but she doesn't really have much of a role in it, I don't recall. She's just like, I don't know. I can't remember, it's kind of vague with stuff like that, you know? I don't get why she appears in the intro of all things, if she serves such a minor role, but maybe she serves more of a role than I recall, but I don't know. I think like she was even one of those characters that didn't even have a voice actress. I'm not entirely sure though, I can't remember. Or maybe, for all I know, she might be a character from the Cood spin-off visual novel. I have no idea. I haven't played that one. I don't think it's even in English. Also, what else? Kanata is kind of very strict, but yeah. You can tell that she's not like a complete bitch. But I'm not gonna spoil anything about her because that would totally like ruin well, not really ruin, but if I went too much into detail, it would potentially ruin a certain route where her character, you know, like gets more development per se and all that. I'm not gonna say anything more than that, and you should not post spoilers about it either. Just giving my thoughts here. Also, the random clip where it showed Kuragaya playing piano is just like, wait, what? You're not supposed to. Why did you show that now exactly? That's for. It's not even her route. I mean, they're kind of mixing it all into one here. Like, the previous episode was like, are you going into Haruka's route now? And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, now it's focusing on Cood. And then randomly in the same episode, it's just like, why is it showing Kuragaya playing the piano? I mean, I know why he's there playing the piano and stuff like that. But just like, why show it now? Shouldn't you show that at a different point? Also, they finally introduced Miu, even though it was only briefly. I think... So they're gonna like... Are they gonna have like Kanata as Cood's roommate then? Because if I recall, you can only get that option once in the visual novel. I'm not even sure if I even got to get that option, to be honest. I think you gotta like complete specific routes or something before getting that option and stuff. I can't remember, like the extra scene, and I don't think I ever actually got to see it because I'd completed a bunch of routes and stuff like that, so I wasn't able to get that choice. So I'd always end up with Miu because I think that's the only other choice that would actually lead to her getting the roommate. I think. I'm not entirely sure though. I can't remember. It's been quite a while, you know, quite a few months. Or maybe even more than that, you know, like a lot of months. I can't remember when I finished playing Little Busters. What else was there of note in the episode that I'm forgetting? Yeah, Kudo's English. It's just random, really, isn't it? I mean, her pronunciation isn't all that bad. I mean, you can understand what she's saying at least, but it's the use of the English words that makes no sense, really, isn't it? Uses the wrong words. I guess that's... I mean, her pronunciation isn't too bad, but it's just the way she uses the English words. Just like, help me! It's like, what? You're not using it in the right situation. You're using the wrong words. Yes. What? Anything else of note that I thought of the episode? Oh yeah, Kuragaya, just being her pervy self, you know. Just freaking smothered cooed into her freaking boobs. Unlike most people watching it, probably like, oh my god, what I would give to be there. Oh man. Well anyway, enough talking about that episode. I mean, this freaking part's probably gonna drag out quite a while like the other ones, you know, because I tend to like talk a lot in this freaking visual novel here. Why would I mind? Come on, let's go. Sure. Into the sky. Whoa! This store's full of anime goods. It's like a dream come true. Come on, stop making a scene. You know, I just imagine like all these kind of like white sparkling light around him, and his eyes all like light up like, and he's just like, anime! There's so much anime! Whoa! I know this anime. Whoa! Look at these things! Well, we can look at these things. You're looking up at the sky. Well, you're not, but they're not gonna show inside the store, so we've just got the sky to look at. Kind of shame, really. Why can't visual novels do that? Why? They rarely do show stuff like that. It's like, oh look at this, it's amazing. Like, why can't you show us that? You have to stop acting so amazed at everything. That store's full of doujinshi. Doujinshi, I mean doujinshi. Doujinshi. I don't know what you mean, but probably the magazine they sell at the comic store market thing. I knew it. Wow, I'd heard about it, but I never thought that would be actual stores that sell doujinshi. I think I've heard of it as well, but I can't remember. Hey, let's go, come on! Yeah, fine, I get it. Stop pulling my arm. Zip, it's probably one of those anime kind of magazines, like, maybe it's one of those ones, I can't remember, like, one of the ones that, like, show, like, the airing dates of upcoming anime and stuff. And I'm not entirely sure, maybe it shows a lot of artwork and stuff. I can't remember. Whoa, so this is a doujinshi. I thought they really existed. Wait, what? Whoa, they even have anime books. So, now I'm confused. What is a doujinshi? Explain. I can't remember if I, like, ever saw one before. Wow, this is amazing. But what baffles me is he's like, I've heard of these, but I didn't know they existed. It's like, well, if you've heard of them and it's Japan, and then it's like to do with this kind of anime stuff and all that, then why wouldn't it exist per se? Well, it's just like, you know, there's this rumor going around that this thing called a doujinshi, but we're not entirely sure if it exists. You really are helpless. You're like a child. Hey, let's go to that floor. Huh? Oh, wait a minute, that's... what is this place? Wait, is this the adults only? Well, this is awkward. No way! This is all... Come on, cut it out. Don't take me into a place like this, you idiot. You baka. Go man. It's right. And stuff. Why am I not surprised? Come on, this is completely humiliating. You know, the ironic thing of all that is Manga Gamer, like, has an adult section that has pretty much more than the all ages section. I mean, seriously, what the hell? I mean, with Japan, it's like, when it comes to visual novels and stuff like that, it's like, no, stuff like this, we need fan service. Heck, even this had fan service. I mean, what the hell? Fan service is not a requirement. Why do they keep freaking always that? It's like, it is required for each visual novel to have some level of fan service and a bird to chirp in the background a lot. And there's also a requirement for every anime to have at least one scene of fan service per series, which is kind of seems to be the case for the most part. Let me think here. Not every anime has fan service. If I recall, the Rainbow anime, I don't think that had a fan service kind of thing to it, unless you count. But I don't really count that as a fan service kind of thing. So. There was this one scene with Setsuko, I think her name was. But that's not really a fan service scene in my eyes, so yeah. Sorry I didn't know it was there. It probably was highlighted in big red letters, I imagine. But it was amazing to see it. All of those books were, well, you know. Yeah, I know, because I actually freaking accidentally bought one. And by accidentally, I mean I bought it with the intention of thinking it didn't have something like that. Honest here now. I just looked at it, it was like, hey look, a little bit Buster's kind of like art kind of thing like that, with all the like character stuff in there and stuff. And then they had a bunch of like the hentai kind of stuff from the XD version, like, oh, should look more carefully that it said Little Buster's Ecstasy version. Seriously, why did they make that version like that anyway? Just like, we'll make a version, we'll add a new character, which is Saya. I don't really know anything about her character because I haven't played the XD version. And then they're just like, but you know what? We could just add this new character, but we gotta do something that we didn't in the original Little Busters. Like, what's that? We have to have random sex scenes. You're like, brilliant! That will certainly sell our visual novels. I mean, come on, Key, you make some great visual novels. You don't need to freaking have the random sex scenes. It just kind of seems random and awkward. You know? It's always awkward in a visual novel, to be honest. I mean, of all visual novels I've played, anyone that has actually had a sex scene, I've just like scroll through it, it's like, this is really a really awkward scene. It's just like, what the hell? Please end the scene already so we can get back to the plot. Man. Anyway, back to the whole Little Busters thing. Yeah, I thought it was just like, because I had this Lucky Star one that had like loads of like the kind of thing with like character designs. It showed like all the various different art kind of thing from Lucky Star, and just like, oh, that's nice. Can we use this like as a kind of reference thing for whenever I draw a Lucky Star character and stuff like that. And then I was like, you know, because at that point in time I was like, because there's no anime for Little Busters, and there's like not as much, I couldn't find as much fan art or anything like that of Little Busters, so I was just like, but I want to draw Little Busters characters, but at the same time, there's not really that much art out there of it. So I was just like, hey, let's buy this. And then there was stuff like that in there, but there was also the hentai CG things and stuff, and it's just like, whoa. Also a few fan service images as well, it's like, whoa. Then there was like Kurogai, and then it was like, whoa. Just like, holy shit, fan service to the maximum right there. I mean, wow. With Kurogai, I can understand with her kind of, you know, she's a pervert, she's a bit of a pervert, and got the giant boobs and all that, but then there's like, when it comes down to other characters, you know, like Miu, or Rin, or Kud, and you're just like, no, just no. Key, Do not do that. They are innocent characters. You're not supposed to draw them in that situation, you stupid dog. But anyway, enough of that. Let's proceed. What? You were just thinking about coming back here on your own later, weren't you? What? I wasn't not thinking that. Are you sure? I'm sure. Akira is pretty sharp. Well, I suppose understandable you're a guy and all. I mean, you know, that sounds really sexist despite the fact that I am in fact a guy myself. But it's true when it comes to stuff like that, like curiosity. It's like, but I must check this. I don't think I would though, no. Because that'd be kind of awkward, you know, just going into a store randomly, just scrolling through pages of all these freaking magazines with like these probably revealing even nude anime characters, just like, well, this is awkward. Well, anyway, let's walk around the area a little more. Seriously, that would be majorly awkward, especially in a store of all things. Sure. I know, do you remember that big building in front of the station? It was built just a few years ago. There are a lot of restaurants inside it. Past that, there's a store where you can try to make an Afreco. Afreco? Oh, you know, Afreco. After recording? That doesn't make it much clearer. You know, after recording. What about that don't you understand? You know, when a voice actor does the voices for an anime or something, you know? Oh, you mean post-recording? Post-recording? When a voice actor records a character's voice for an anime, it's called post-recording in English, or ADR. Really? Then why do we call it Alpha Record? I couldn't tell you. No, it doesn't make any sense. This is why I can't stand English. It's not like it's English's fault. Leave English alone, damn it! You didn't do nothing to you! But telling her that would be sticking my hand into hot oil. Anyway, you can do an Afreco then. Got it? Sure. Sounds interesting. Doesn't it? Now, as we go down the street, we'll start to see more Basogan Pot stores. What is that, Akira? Basogan is a personal computer. You know that, right? Yeah, it's a personal computer in English, though usually we just call them computers for short. Computers! Really then, why isn't Afreco just after recording? She's still on about that. You and your English words. Here we walked around a lot, but then again, it could be like with any language. I'd just be like, you and your Japanese words. I can't understand most of your lines because I only freaking know a few freaking words. Yeah, I'm beat. Would you like to take a break somewhere? Sure. That bird chirps a lot. Well, not really. I mean, for a budgie, I mean, the yellow one doesn't chirp at all. I mean, the yellow one, I'm not sure it even chirps. He's just like mostly silent unless he's scrapping with the yellow one. Wait, why did I refer to it as a he? I think that one's the she. But yeah, but the white and blue one is kind of a bit of a loud one. At times, anyway. Sure, so where should we go? Let's see. I know, I'll tell you when we get there. Come on, this way, let's go. Ah. What's going on? Where's she taking me? Find out. Now. This way. What's this? It's like a miniature skyscraper. Come on, the elevator's here. Huh? Don't say, huh? You want to take a break, right? Oh, that's right. But what could be in a building like this? Ah, here we are. This place is... It's white! Hirashima-san. Will that be 2 for today? Please. This way, please. I knew it! The workers here are all dressed as maids. This is a maid cafe. CG! Here is your menu. Arigato gozaimasu and all that. Can you imagine responding to them in that way? It's like arigato gozaimasu and stuff. Just like, what? Please call me when you've made your decision, Joyce. Well, same thing, basically. Hey. I see, so this is the infamous Maid Cafe. Don't see any maids around, though, because it's just focused on the one CG. Obviously. Wow. What, you look so humbled. I was just thinking how classy these maid cafes are for giving you a glass of water even before you order. That's not a maid cafe thing. All restaurants in Japan do that. Huh? Really? Yeah, water, tea, and a hand wipe are the basics of Japanese hospitality. Oh, I see. Japan really is attentive to your needs. In my country, they just spit in my food and spit in my face. No, not really, obviously. Anyway, I hear the food here is really tasty, so why not try some? Huh? Oh, sure. Have you decided? I'll have the daily special. How about you? I'll have the thing in the photo here, the egg thing. That's omu rice, okay? 1 daily special and 1 omu rice. Drinks are free at lunchtime. Can we get that? That's... Coffee, please. We'll have a coffee and an Earl Grey tea for after the meal. As you wish, and all that. And I'd also like, one of these cakes. 1 cake for after the meal, as you wish. I just heard that the cakes here were really good. I have an extra stomach for sweets. An extra stomach? You know, it goes to a different place. A different place? Not really different, just different. Come on, stop asking such complicated questions. But I'm not the one who brought it up. It's fine if you want to eat cake, I don't mind. It's always about the cake. You know, cake is nice and all, but half the time whenever it's like, have cake, it's just like, oh man, that's so freaking fattening. It just makes you feel, oh man, I shouldn't have eaten that much cake. I don't eat cake much. Cake doesn't really interest me as a food. I don't eat cake much. Well, we don't really have cake much in this house anyway, but you get the idea. But I don't want you to think I'm a pig or something. Haha. Nothing. Okay. I'm sorry for your wait. Our daily special and 1 omu rice. Whoa, this looks great. Yeah, so let's eat. Itadakimasu. Itadakimasu. It's rice wrapped up in egg. Wow. Imagine eating that way. In the middle of a maid cafe, they'd all give you the weird look and be like, what's up with that guy over there? You alright, sir? And the rice is flavored too. Is this ketchup? Wow, it's so good. Huh? You've never eaten omu rice before? Nope, omu rice must be a Japanese thing, right? I've never heard of it in any other country. Really? But I don't think Japan invented it. It must exist in Europe and America. But I've never seen it there. Omu rice, was it? The name is kind of strange, isn't it?
Now that you mention it, the rice is obvious enough, but what's the omu from?
Probably omelette, right?
Omelette? Omeretsu?
Right, it's a bit like that Fureko thing you were talking about earlier, right?
That's true now that you mention it. Yes, now that I think about it, there are an awful lot of words where we've borrowed English to make our own.
That's true. But I think Japan's tendency to borrow things from other countries is what makes it interesting.
Really?
But there's one thing that Japan can say is their own. Their random weirdness, and they're just completely one of the strangest countries ever. Yep, I do.
Now that reminds me, there's something I've been wondering. This is a maid cafe, right? So why am I still sitting on the floor, damn it? Where's my chair? My freaking leg hurts. Ow. Yes, it is. Isn't it obvious from the way they're dressed? Normal cafes don't have waitresses dressed up as maids.
I know, but I always heard that in maid cafes they would call you master when they meet you.
Oh, that's right. I think that maid cafes will greet you with the phrase "Welcome home, master." Some of them will write phrases on your omu rice and ketchup or play games with you.
You know, the Japanese really are, interested in stuff like that. Just like, I'd be like, what? Wouldn't freaking see that in my country. I don't see why you would, really. I mean, I don't get it. Play what games exactly? You just bust out a PSP or something? A DS? 3DS? I haven't even got a 3DS. I'm just throwing it out there since it's handheld. Or the PS Vita, haven't got that either. Just throwing that out there as well.
Or sing songs on the stage or have their pictures taken with you.
How random.
But this place doesn't do any of it.
Really? Why not?
Since this restaurant is Shinny's as maid cafes go. Whatever the hell that is.
What does Shinny's mean?
So I think additional is the right word. It's been around for a long time.
I see. Wow.
First, it is food and a calming atmosphere, a good place to relax.
It does seem rather peaceful here, doesn't it? Huh?
That's the restaurant's concept. There are a lot of maid cafes around nowadays, but they all supply different amusing services. But this place doesn't do any of it. They're continuing on their way they always have. So this is a place where you can get a taste of refinement in the bustling town of Akihabara. That's why I told you when I figured you needed a rest, maybe you would have preferred a more lively place.
Nah, not at all. I mean, lively places are fun too, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't interested. No, to be honest though, out of the choice between a really lively kind of cafe and this like peaceful, calm one, I'd choose the peaceful, calm one. I don't like being in places that are too lively, like loads of people around. It's like, you make me feel uncomfortable. there are just one of those people there, when there's like a lot of people around, you just feel uncomfortable, I mean, some people you like look at a person that like feel uncomfortable in crowds, they're just like, what? What's the big deal? But you wouldn't understand unless they were that person in question, now would they? But having a nice quiet lunch where we can talk is nice too. It's a good change of pace.
Really? That's good. Thank you for saying that.
Akira looks so kind right now.
What is it?
Nothing at all.
Here you are, your after-dinner coffee and Earl Grey tea, and your cake. Wow, this looks great! Itadakimasu! Nom 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 nom. It's so good!
An extra stomach?
Hmm? What was that? Nothing. Oh yeah. That reminds me, do you spend a lot of time in this otaku, subculture? Why would you think that? Well, when I said I wanted to go to Akihabara, you immediately volunteered to show me around. You knew where the anime stores were and this maid cafe too, so I was just thinking. Is it weird for a woman to be an otaku? No. I think Konata would beg to have, like, would be like, yeah. You'd be like, whatever. I forgot what I was supposed to be saying, what I was gonna say there. But then again, they are anime characters themselves, so that doesn't really count in that regard, but there are, you know, female ones as well, you know. We're like the Japanese and the otaku thing and all that. And, like, I was reading a few articles of this, like, you know, some otaku really are kind of creepy. I can see why Japan just looks at them and is like, oh, otaku, no. I mean, some of them really are just like, it was like this article I read about, I think it was actually the voice actress for Konta herself. Ayo, something, I can't remember. Rano? I don't know, I can't remember. And they they completely shunned her because she said, I don't like otaku or something like that. And then they're just like, you will never make it in this business, you bitch. You've betrayed us. You turned your back on us. If you ever freaking take the role of any of the voices you have voiced, you shall not. We will boycott all products. Just like, wow, dude, that was extreme. And they all like get all personal, all about like these idol things and stuff, and it's just like, wow, no wonder why you're getting a bad reputation there. You got these ones, you know. Not all of them are like that, I imagine, because that'd be weird, you know. I know Japan's weird and all that, but I doubt that all otaku are like that, but you get the idea. You just got these really obsessive with like all kinds of things, kind of creepy, and it just like, just like this one I was reading about, and like this idol had like a sex scandal thing like that. Just like, no, you're supposed to be pure. You are vile. We hate you now. Just like, what? Stop freaking going into people's personal life. What the hell is wrong with you guys? Seriously. No wonder why. I mean, holy crap. Some weird people in Japan. Well, it's not surprising. Well, I know there's more awareness about them nowadays, but a lot of people still think girls who like anime and manga are weird. Oh yeah, I know, just like feel bad there. It's like some Japanese people are weird. That's no surprise. It's like, I'm not like trying to be like all offensive here. I'm just like saying there's some creepy, weird kind of people in Japan, and then there's the weird people. Then there's normal people in Japan, if such a thing exists, and then there's weird people in Japan that you just like would just be like, you guys, you're freaking awesome. Not saying it all in a negative way, just if in a negative way, it's like the creepy ones. Some people are actually disgusted by them, so yeah, certain ones of them, yes. But of course, like most things, you'd like look at it and you'd be like, you'd look at a few examples of it and think that they're all the same. Which is not true, because, well, you know, it's just not everyone is the same. You know, this is very random here, but I actually, at one point in time, was like a type of person that, like, if someone's just like talking about anime, I'd just be like, why are you watching anime for? Isn't that just a cartoon? And then I was just like, now, obviously, after, like, you know, getting into anime and stuff like that, I'm just like, why the hell did I even freaking think that back then? Anime is freaking awesome stuff. Seriously, I mean, back then I didn't really watch any anime, so I didn't exactly freaking, you know, just like experience the freaking thing for myself and see whether I like it or not. I mean, I did like see Digimon, Pokemon, and Dragon Ball Z back in the day, but back then I didn't even know it was called anime, to be honest. And the funny thing is, of all anime I was introduced to first that got me into anime, it was Bleach. Bleach! Bleach is not exactly the best freaking anime out there now, is it? It's one of those things with the manga thing and all that. It's like one of the big three, along with Naruto and One Piece and stuff like that. And it's just like, it's not exactly very great now, is it? It's all over the place. It's clustered. It's just like... But it's also amuses me and entertains me at the same time. So, yeah, I quite actually like Bleach. Yes, I said it. I actually like that freaking thing, okay? Damn it! I quite like some of the characters, you know, and whenever he's not, like, going too much off the rails... Well, actually, it's kind of amusing when Kubo, the Kubo writer guy, just goes way off the rails with the story, and it's just like all this kind of, what the hell? This is the most freaking all over the freaking, well, actually no, the most all over the place manga I've read, actually, I think is Naruto, because they're just like, what the hell is going on anymore? The way he's drawing these fight scenes, I can't tell what the fuck is going on. Seriously. And then after that, this is how I ended up, like, being introduced to Key, basically. This is true story, of course. Well, obviously. My friend would, like, send me this random link randomly of Ayu and her having, like, a kind of montage thing of clips of that. It's like, what the hell? This looks amusingly interesting. So they're like, what anime is this? You're just like, oh, it's an anime called Canon. So like, oh, I'll check it out. So I checked it out, and I was just like, I remember when I was like first watching it, just like, oh, look at that, with that Makoto girl, just like, they're gonna end up married by the end of this, and then when it got to the end of Makoto's ride, I was like, oh my god, tears were shed, manly tears, because this was before I freaking was stupid and look up spoilers and stuff. So really, Canon was the only freaking thing where I went all the way through the whole series without like reading any spoilers about it, and my god. It was just like, oh, the feels. This is freaking fantastic stuff. And then there was Clannad. With Clannad and Lil Busters, though, the only real spoiler was, like, the ending of, like, Refrain and the ending of Clannad. I mean, all the routes itself, I don't think I actually read any spoilers for it, but still, the feels, man, the feels. It's just fantastic stuff. Fantastic. Well, anyways, we're kind of getting off subject here, as we always do. Let's proceed more. I don't think you need to worry about that. Huh? Well, everyone has their own hobbies and likes, right? It's not for anyone else to pass judgment on. Could it be the protagonist isn't a complete idiot, in fact, is actually saying something, you know, that's just like words to go by. It's like, so, to each their own with their hobbies and likes. Who are you to judge them and all that just because they like anime? I mean, some hobbies, I mean, sure, you could be like, oh, this hobby is like, this hobby of this person is like doing all these freaking fucked up stuff, you know, just like, say like, what could be a really messed up hobby for someone to have? Well, just like really messed up hobbies, they're just like, dude, what the fuck? Now, if it's like that, but, I mean, what's wrong with liking anime? That's not weird. No matter what you like, you're still accurate, right? That's true. Okay, I understand. I'm still accurate, so there's nothing to be sorry about. Or worry about, actually. I think that's what I said. Freaking hell, some of the... I noticed when I uploaded this and, like, played the video again while it's on YouTube, because... then I add in the tags and give it a title and stuff like that, and description that way. And I noticed that, unless you got it in full screen mode, you can barely see the freaking dialogue, so it's actually a good thing that I'm reading it then, isn't it? That's the way, anyway. Anyway? I like these things too, so I'm glad we like the same things, you know? Michael. Stop freaking saying my name every now and then, man. It feels awkward. That reminds me, you like history, right, Akira? History? Not especially, but I don't hate it either. Why do you ask? Well, you knew all about the origin of Akihabara, right? So I just figured you... Oh, I just looked up a lot of stuff so I could give you a nice tour. Really? Oh, no, not like that. That kind of thing is just common knowledge. Yeah, this cake really is good, though. I shall love tea. Tea! Tea, please. I can't remember what... Tea, like that. I can't remember what the hell Sonara says. I mean, he's like, I don't have any tea, or something like that. But I was like trying to go for the Japanese version, and I can't remember how the hell it was said. Even though I've seen that scene so many times. Next time I freaking go for a ride in Clannad, I'm gonna have to try to memorize it. 1,100 yen for the Omo rice lunch set, huh? How much would that be? I could look it up, but I can't be asked. It's probably somewhat expensive-ish. I don't know. Oh no, we'd better get going. Yeah, after we leave the Maid Cafe, we've got a lot more sightseeing to do. Really? This part's been going on for ages. Are we even gonna frickin' get home by the end of this part? Plus I need to start dinner preparations, so you can go around to other Maid Cafes by yourself if you want. I said I won't. No need to force it. I am not forcing it. Whatever you say, we'll leave it at that for now. Anyway, let's go home. Holy shit, we're going home! Sure. Hi. You know what? This building sucks. Oh, that was bad. Intentionally bad, though. You know, I couldn't resist just like the way it's. I mean, it doesn't have the K and all. I just like randomly just think, oh, just be like, oh, this building sucks. Just, you know, those kind of intentionally bad kind of jokes. You know, you intentionally freaking do them just for no real reason other than to just do that. It's like, I enjoy making bad jokes every now and then, damn it. Akihabara, what an interesting town. It's like when I make terrible puns, and then I'm just like, that was really bad, sorry. It's just one of those things you like, making bad jokes deliberately. I hope I can come back here someday. Maybe with Actor again. Unlikely. Don't say that, man. Hey, let's eat out for dinner tonight. Really? Eat out? You mean like at a restaurant? Obviously, did you think I was talking about eating bento in a park at night? Right, but why do you want to do that? Well, you did come all the way to Japan. You want to eat at a specially restaurant at least once, right? Well, I really like Agra's cooking, to be honest. Huh? I mean, it's really good. Cut it out, stop joking around. Huh? I wasn't joking around. Aki-chan gets bashful when she's praised. I do not, I'm not bashful. Anyway, what do you want to do? If you've got a request for what to eat, you'd better make it quick. A request, huh? Let me think. I'll think next time because this part's dragging on here. So see you next time, viewers. See you next time.